y'all, I'm Maryobasi. Welcome back to my channel. We're trying another new format. I know those of you who have been part of the gang for a while know that I've been going everywhere to avoid this lovely little term right across the screen. And I have been going on to different platforms. By the way, the link is down below. I am on Patreon. A lot of you guys have been going there. And it really has been keeping me going during this hard time. So we're gonna try the PowerPoint trick and see if that works. And today's video is gonna be on the new narrative. We have to talk about what's to come. So grab your hustle juice, because this is going to be an interesting video. One thing that I just want to be clear about is that this video, the topic is very in-depth, and I'm bringing it to my channel in this way to open up the discussion and to open up the door on my channel so we can start talking about it. Everybody in the Obasi Posse, this is the new narrative. This is what we will be seeing in the future to come, and I have the proof for you to back up this statement. But you know on my channel that I try to tell you guys everything before it happens. So right here we have Jeremy Jurgens, and he has quoted this exact saying. I'm going to have you guys take a quick listen here.
I believe that there will be another crisis. It will be more significant. And, you know, we need to actually start preparing for that now. When we do see this next crisis, it will be faster than what we've seen with
Oops.
The exponential growth rate will climb, be much steeper. The impact will be greater. And as a result, the economic and social implications will be even more significant.
What is he talking about? Now, this was on the World Economic Forum. You can see him talking about it here on July 8th of 2020. He was talking about this, and he said specifically, there will be another crisis, and it will be more significant. It'll have more social and economical impact. And what crisis is he talking about? What is he talking about? Well, everyone remembers the prediction that I made, and I got a little bit of a backlash because my prediction, I still stand by. However, my timing was off. I said in this video that, and it was taken down and removed 3 times. I re-uploaded it. It's on my channel. But I did say it would happen Easter, and I said that it wouldn't be a full-on blackout, but nonetheless, I stand by what I said. And I said this very, very early. It was re-uploaded again in August, but in the video, I uploaded it very early 2020. Ever since that video, I have been seeing more and more and more predictive programming, neuro-linguistic programming on the media, and there are so many catalysts and so many ways that they are kind of putting this in people's heads. There are so many things going on, which reminds me, I have books that I want to share with you guys, and I forgot to bring them here. And let me go grab them really quick. 1 second. You guys know I love to incorporate books in my studies. Stay tuned to the end of the video for the books that you need to have for what's coming. Propaganda. I would recommend reading this book. It is called Propaganda. It was originally written in the 1800s, reprinted and revised 1891 through 1995. It's a great book, and it really tells what propaganda really does and how we see it forming and shaping our minds without saying the exact truth. How we see it forming and shaping the public's minds without saying the exact truth. So what are some of these articles that we're seeing that are just, you know, promoting this, like slowly easing the public into what's to come? Well, we can see a bunch here. Right here it says that hackers are targeting remote workers who keep your lights on. This is a big deal, guys. This is not, we're seeing articles everywhere. There's a bunch of them listed on the archive of New York Times regarding cybersecurity. There's a ton over here where the US Health Department suffered attempted cyber attack. We've heard of hospitals suffering cyber attacks. We've been hearing this. I guarantee anyone who is watching this video has heard something about cyber attacks. What is the biggest one that the public, no matter what side of the political party that you reside on, no matter who you believe in, no matter what you believe in, we are hearing and getting our brains pumped with cybersecurity and elections. This is one of the biggest ones. Some people can take angles on this, but this is what the media is giving. What's also interesting, where we're hearing it from, is that Trump fires the head of election cybersecurity, and it says in this article right here, beyond countering disinformation, officials and individuals must up their games to secure critical infrastructure from mounting cyber threats. There are catalysts, there are scapegoats. I've always said that CV 1984 is always the scapegoat, umbrella term, and catalyst, order out of chaos to initiate further control, further regulations, further orders and laws that eventually will take away everything that we feel is our freedom in the Constitution. It says, as voters head to the polls of the 2020 elections, the U.S. faces ongoing security threats to ensure process integrity and disruption of which would have a debilitating impact on national security and society. So what are they going to do about that? What are they going to do about that problem? We are facing another, so we have to fix it.
Oh no!
Well, here is a website preparing for the next global crisis, folks. We are seeing this all over, and it is slowly starting to hit the masses in more ways than one. Predictive programming, neurolinguistic programming, propaganda, and now these websites that are helping you. They're helping you prevent bad things happening to you. One of the interesting PDFs that I found released by the World Economic Forum reads as this: Cybersecurity Leadership Principles, Lessons Learned During the Outbreak, Prepare for New Normal. They have about 6 to 10 goals and plans to enact and ensure the safety of our cybersecurity. And one of them is prioritize investments in cybersecurity automation, which basically that they are going to use and allocate limited resources wisely and invest in technologies, the ones that we love so much here on this channel, and minimize the risk of human error. We are so flawed here. As a result, businesses will be able to reassign their resources to important activities related to process improvement, incident response, and new threat scenario preparedness. What has occurred in the past 9 months has been a great impact on society, forcing everyone to become heavily reliant on the internet. So why don't we pursue the internet further? Digitalize things further. This is a complete initiation into digitalizing everything. We know the last video that I posted how I'm talking about the digitalization of books with Haiti Trust and Google Books and others, and how important it is to actually have paper books, to actually know how to use things without technology. Now, when I was reading, one of the reasons why I blew this particular one up is because the things that it said was scary. It says digitalization will keep accelerating. What have I been talking about on my channel so much? One of my biggest videos here on my channel, and I think I had to retitle it due to my favorite word, was basically that this is the catalyst to digital slavery. I put that video out, I think in March or February. Everything from assets to people and data. The cyber risk management practices should adapt with agility and speed to the new business context to ensure alignment with strategic business priorities and risk appetites. Remote working from home will also continue. Now, a few things. I've talked about how they are even digitalizing our sewer system. That video wasn't a Patreon exclusive, how it is a sewer surveillance system. If you aren't on there, I would definitely recommend checking that out. It is still up and running over there. As cyber threats to businesses continue to evolve, public and private sector leaders will have to address the digital and physical worlds to mitigate any potential harm to individuals and avoid the disruption of critical services. Businesses that understand and act on the signals and warnings can adapt and turn an increasingly ambiguous and fast-moving world to their advantage. And I'm going to just explain the quick conundrum here. The new narrative and the new is a cyber attack, a blackout, a threat to cybersecurity, a complete power grid, and possibly financial wipeout because it's taking both things. We're going to get into that in a minute. But it kind of cancels it out. Now over here on the World Economic Forum, it says shaping the future of cybersecurity and digital trust. If you scroll down here on this article, you see the partners, you see the platform partners. These partners, as you can see here, Bank of America, JP Morgan, AIG, Amazon Web Services, all these different companies, they are very, very financial heavy. Interesting, right? I've gotten many requests on the economic reset, or the Great Reset, which has been featured many times on the World Economic Forum, and there's a lot of videos talking about it, but they aren't talking about, it's kind of just repeated word vomit that is just going into YouTube videos and freaking everybody out. And basically the new narrative is completely blacking out our power grid for a hot minute, and that will either take out our financial system and our power grid, one or the other, or both. I've talked many times on my channel here about plan ahead exercises. We saw event 201. Event 201 equals CB 1984. I talked about the food shortage, if you haven't seen my food shortage videos, and I talked about the food chain reaction game, which was an event in, I believe, 2015 or 2016 that predicted the 2021 food shortage that we all seem to be facing. I've done prepping videos, and I will have more on this channel if you guys are interested in that. And then we have the new exercise, which was called Cyber Polygon, something else that I haven't heard in any of these reset videos that scripts out this cyber problem we will all be facing. So really quick, what is Cyber Polygon? Cyber Polygon is a unique cybersecurity event that combines the world's largest technical training for corporate terms, an online conference featuring senior officials from international organizations and leading corporations. This is an event that is practiced annually. But what is their agenda? Well, it says here on Cyber Polygon's website, develop the team's competencies in repelling cyber attacks, engage the management of international organizations and cooperations in the cybersecurity dialogues, and raise public awareness of our cybersecurity. They're saying that just one single data breach in the overgrowth of their digitalization of America and the world can spark a quote-unquote digital
Oops.
This is not a power outage. This is not your block has no lights and the block over, the neighborhood over, has theirs. This is a global power grid shutdown that could occur. This is a blackout and possibly a wipeout of the financial system, as well as a lot of the partners were very financially heavy. As you guys know, the debt clock is ever increasing, and there needs to be something done about it. This year has demonstrated that a crisis may hit unexpectedly, and we must prepare for that emergency to protect ourselves, businesses, and the community. They're telling you in black and white that this is going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when, and it is a matter of when they decide to release the script to the public. One of the interesting articles that I even found on Cyber Polygon was the fake news. We know that the social media platforms have been going through a lot. Even people who aren't exposing certain things are getting even taken off. And that machine is uprising and they're digitalizing everything. So while we are scared for a digital attack, we will also increase everything digital, okay? And if you just look with your eyes open in front of you, you see how things just don't make sense, but how people take so many things for face value, and people don't even see this. This is not something mainstream. What is mainstream is the predictive programming that I mentioned earlier, to get that one word, that one idea in your brain using other ideas with it. For example, stuff like this. It's a way to get into your brain. That's predictive programming. What's interesting is just recently, the White House passed 4 bills for the U.S. power grid and energy infrastructure security. Of those bills, it was H.R. 359, H.R. 360, H.R. 362, and H.R. 5760. My personal favorite was the last one. And that was because it was on grid security. And one of the things that I was reading inside of it, they're all very disturbing, mind you, but this one I just wanted to take and pull out for you guys to bring to your attention, was that it said that this bill would strengthen the ability of the energy sector to respond not only to cyber, but also physical threats. Not only to cyber, but also physical threats, such as wildfires. I don't know if you guys remember and are new here on my channel, but I have done a video on the wildfires, and I did get a lot of backlash for it, for saying that it wasn't something natural, nor was it of climate change like they were saying. So since when did wildfires have to do with anything energy, power grid related, or digital? Since when did physical become digital? Welcome to 2020, ladies and gentlemen. What exactly they're referring to is exactly what I mentioned in a video about a month ago when the fires were very relevant. And that is DEW. For those of you who don't know what that is directed energy.
Oops.
And it's nothing new. Right here, I posted, right here I have the video picture of what the thumbnail looks like if you guys are wanting to see that and what that actually looks like. So that's the beginning of this discussion. There's a lot more to discuss with this. This is a general kind of conversation opener. I can't get through every single detail and every connection in this video, and I'm about to record 2 more videos and they're all interconnected, but what's essential is to prepare now and to prepare for the future to come. And one of the ways that I recommend doing that is taking a look at my prepping videos. I will have more coming, and also start getting some books that I recommend, and I will do a whole video on a book haul of books you should have as reference, not as recreational reading, but as reference for prepping, and books that I just recommend are just great to read. To be prepared for books, I highly recommend this one. This is a very thick kind of Bible when it comes to when technology fails and how to, it's all picture guided, and it's starting to become very expensive. I got mine on Thrift Books. You can get it on Amazon. I'll put a link down below for this. And I will be doing a whole book haul again for preparedness and reference books that you should have in your house, because you can't Google, you can't ask Alexa, you can't ask Siri. You need to have books in your home. You need to have books of reference. This is a great one. It is by Matthew Steen, A Manual for Self-Reliance, Sustainability, and Surviving the Long Emergency. And it has so many diagrams and pictures of how to function in society without electricity and when a grid is down, for pretty much every experience that you can find yourself in. I mentioned the book Propaganda earlier in this video. Definitely recommend reading it. It's a short read, very good. And I also recommend reading A Brave New World. We are essentially in that. I've mentioned it many times here on my channel, and it is absolutely alarming how similar our world is becoming today to this book. So those are my recommendations for today. If you guys aren't subscribed and enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I would please ask you to share this video on your mainstream social media platforms if you are on it, because I cannot. And that's where a lot of my traffic used to actually come from. And we need to reach more people on these mainstream media platforms, because those are the people that need to learn these things. I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.